Shabbos! Today we have a very special story all about rain. And now I'm going to tell a story about rain. Well, firstly, just a couple of weeks ago, we began davening in Shemona Esrei every single day for rain. We say, Ma'ashiv ha'ruach u'morid ha'geshem. We ask Hashem that He should give the world the rain that it needs. Secondly, this week's Parsha is Parshas Noach. And in Parshas Noach, there is a lot of rain. And thirdly, it's raining outside. Yeah. So I thought we should tell a story about rain. You know, sometimes we don't appreciate just how important rain is. When we go outside and it's raining, we say, oh, now I'm going to get all wet and I need a raincoat. But when we go outside and it's raining, we should say, thank you, Hashem, for giving us rain. So everything can grow and so that we can have food to eat. Especially back in the day, many years ago, when more people were farmers, we really depended on rain to make sure that we could survive, that we could live, that we had enough food, that we had enough money. And the Gemara has many stories about times when unfortunately it didn't rain for a long time and things were very difficult. And people would daven, and people would fast, and people would beg Hashem, please Hashem, give us rain. We need the rain to survive. So one time the Gemara in Maseches Tanis says that it didn't rain for a long time. And people were getting very nervous. And people were getting very scared. So they asked their great leader, their Rav, Rabbi Eliezer, if he could daven for them, that Hashem should make it rain. And the Gemara says that Rabbi Eliezer davened 24 extra tefillos. And you know what? It still didn't rain. And then the Gemara says that Rabbi Akiva, who was a great rabbi and happened to be the student of Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Akiva was his student, davened that it should rain. Also, many times, and he was davening very hard, and then it started to rain. So everybody was a little surprised because, of course, Rabbi Akiva is a great, great man and a very special rabbi, but he was the student, and Rabbi Eliezer is the Rebbe. How come it didn't rain when Rabbi Eliezer davened, and it only rained when Rabbi Akiva davened? So the Gemara says that a baskol came out of the sky. You know what a baskol is? We've never really heard a baskol, but a baskol is like a voice, almost like of Hashem, a voice that comes from the sky, that in the times of the Mishnah and the Gemara, once in a while would happen to give us a special message. So the Gemara said that a baskol came out, and it said, Lo mipnei shazeh gadol mizeh. Don't think that the reason that Rabbi Akiva was able to make it rain is because he's greater than Rabbi Eliezer. He's not necessarily greater. In fact, Rabbi Eliezer was his Rebbe. But Ella shazeh ma'avir al midosav, vezeh eino ma'avir al midosav. One of the special midos of Rabbi Akiva is that he was very forgiving. If somebody bumped into him, or if somebody forgot to pay him back, or if somebody said something not nice, or if somebody showed up to his house late, he was the type of guy who would forgive very easily. And he would say, no problem, it's okay, don't worry about it. I'm sure Rabbi Eliezer was a very nice and great guy also, but he didn't have that special meat on the same level that Rabbi Akiva did, of being super duper easygoing and forgiving and kind and generous to all of the people. And the lesson that the lesson that Hashem was teaching us was, if you want your tefillos answered, you know what the greatest midah that you can have is? Be the type of person who is ma'avir al midosav, who is forgiving. Next time somebody bumps into you or does something a little not nice to you or even says something not nice to you, try not to get all upset. Don't yell back. Certainly don't say something mean to him. Be forgiving. It's not only good for him, it's not only good for you, but like the Gemara teaches, it's the best trick that we have to get our tefillos answered. So yes, we all have to daven for rain. And when it rains, it's a bracha from Hashem. And in Shemona Esrei, every time we daven, all the way from now until Pesach, we're going to say, Ma'ashiv ha'ruach u'morid ha'geshem. But let's not forget that in order for our tefillos to be heard, our tefillos for rain and our tefillos for everything that we daven for, the key is that when somebody else does something to us that might annoy, bother, or hurt us, we should be forgiving and say, you know what? It's okay. No problem. Don't worry about it. Have a good Shabbos.